We've all been there. You walk into your living room and bam! A big old watermark is staring you right in the face from your beautiful coffee table. Or maybe you've got a scorch mark on your dining room table. A permanent reminder of that one time you forgot the trivet. Talk about a downer. But don't you worry your pretty little head. Just because your wood furniture has seen better days doesn't mean you need to replace it. Nope, with a little elbow grease and a few simple tricks, you can have those wood surfaces looking good as new. In this here guide, we're gonna walk through the whys and hows of fixing watermarks and heat damage on wood. We'll cover everything from the tools you need to the steps you take, and I'll even throw in some of my expert tips to help you avoid any DIY disasters. So grab your tool belt and let's get to work. Before we start playing doctor with our wood furniture, let's take a minute to understand what causes those pesky watermarks and heat damage in the first place. Knowledge is power, folks. Watermarks happen when moisture gets trapped under the wood's finish. Think about a sweating glass of iced tea. That condensation seeps into the wood, leaving behind a cloudy or white ring. Heat damage, on the other hand, is caused by, you guessed it, heat. Hot dishes, curling irons, even direct sunlight can leave behind unsightly marks on your precious wood. Now, the severity of the damage really depends on the type of wood and the finish. Some woods are more porous than others, meaning they soak up liquids like a sponge, and some finishes like lacquer or varnish are more delicate and prone to damage. The good news is, no matter the cause, most watermarks and heat damage can be fixed with a little TLC, so don't go hitting the panic button just yet. Alright folks, time to gather our weapons of choice. Don't worry, we're not talking about anything too heavy duty. You can find most of these tools in your garage or at your local hardware store. Here's what you'll need to tackle those watermarks and heat damage. Soft cloths, you'll need plenty of these for applying and buffing. Microfiber cloths work best. Mayonnaise, yes really. This pantry staple is a miracle worker on watermarks. Toothpaste, the non-gel kind, another surprising hero for light watermarks. Baking soda, a gentle abrasive that can help lift stains. Fine grit sandpaper, for those tougher jobs that require sanding. Wood polish or wax, to restore that beautiful shine to your wood. Heat gun or hair dryer for tackling heat damage. Mineral spirits, to clean up any sticky residue. Remember, safety first. Always wear gloves and eye protection when sanding or using chemicals, and be sure to work in a well-ventilated area. Section 4. Erasing the evidence. Fixing watermarks on finished wood. Watermarks on finished wood can be a real eyesore, but don't worry, we've got this. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you banish those blemishes. First, start with the gentle approach. Dip a soft cloth in mayonnaise or toothpaste and rub it gently on the watermark using circular motions. Let it sit for a few minutes, then buff it off with a clean cloth. You'll be amazed at how often this simple trick does the trick. If that doesn't work, it's time to bring out the big guns. Mix a paste of baking soda and water and apply it to the watermark. Gently rub it in with a soft cloth, working in the direction of the wood grain. Wipe off the paste and check your progress. Repeat if needed. For stubborn watermarks, you may need to sand. Start with fine grit sandpaper and sand lightly over the affected area, always following the wood grain. Wipe away the dust and check your progress frequently. Remember, you're aiming to remove the watermark, not the entire finish. Once the watermark is gone, it's time to restore the shine. Apply a small amount of wood polish or wax to a clean cloth, and buff the entire surface to a beautiful sheen. Remember, patience is key. Take your time and work slowly to avoid damaging the wood. Section 5. Back to basics. Fixing watermarks on unfinished wood. Fixing watermarks on unfinished wood is a bit different than on finished wood. Since there's no protective finish to worry about, you can be a bit more aggressive with your approach. But don't get too carried away. You still want to be careful not to damage the wood. Here's the game plan. First, sand it down. Use fine grit sandpaper to sand the affected area, following the direction of the wood grain. Sand until the watermark disappears. Next, smooth it out. Once the watermark is gone, use progressively finer grits of sandpaper to smooth out the sanded area. Finally, finish it off. Once you're happy with the smoothness, apply a wood stain or finish of your choice to protect the wood and enhance its natural beauty. Remember, with unfinished wood, you have the opportunity to completely refinish the piece if needed. So, if the watermark is severe, or you're not comfortable tackling it yourself, don't hesitate to call in a professional. Section 6. Feeling the heat, repairing heat damage. Now let's talk about those pesky heat marks. These can be a bit trickier to deal with than watermarks, but with a little patience and the right techniques, you can minimize their appearance. Here's what to do. First, assess the damage. Is it a white mark, a scorch mark, or something else? The severity of the damage will determine the best course of action. For minor heat marks, try the mayonnaise or toothpaste trick first. If that doesn't work, you can try using a heat gun or hair dryer on a low setting to gently heat the affected area. Keep the heat moving and check your progress frequently. The heat can help to evaporate the moisture that's trapped in the wood. For more severe damage, you may need to resort to sanding. Start with fine grit sandpaper and work your way up to a coarser grit if needed. Remember to sand with the grain and check your progress frequently. Once the damage is minimized, you can refinish the affected area to match the surrounding wood. Remember, heat damage can sometimes be deep and may require professional attention. If you're unsure about tackling it yourself, it's always best to err on the side of caution and call in a pro. Section 7. Prevention is key protecting your wood. Now that you know how to fix watermarks and heat damage, let's talk about how to prevent them in the first place. Because, as they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Here are a few simple tips to keep your wood furniture looking its best. Use coasters and placemats. This one's a no-brainer. Coasters protect your furniture from those pesky water rings, and placemats shield your table from hot dishes. Wipe up spills immediately. Don't give liquids a chance to seep into the wood. Wipe up spills as soon as they happen. Protect your furniture from direct sunlight. Prolonged exposure to sunlight can fade and damage wood over time. Move your furniture out of direct sunlight or use curtains or blinds to protect it. Control the humidity levels in your home. Wood is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air. Use a humidifier or dehumidifier to maintain a consistent humidity level in your home and prevent warping or cracking. Regularly dust and polish your wood furniture. Dust acts like sandpaper and can scratch the surface of your furniture. Regular dusting and polishing will help to keep your wood looking its best for years to come. Remember, a little bit of care goes a long way when it comes to wood furniture. By following these simple tips, you can keep your wood looking beautiful for years to come.